Hey, Hasanabi, just want to say I found you from the recent vid from Mr. iDubbbz and wanted to say I really appreciate the work you do, especially for advocating, highlighting the current genocide being committed by Israel. I don't agree with some of your viewpoints, but I think the work you've done advocating for human rights is exemplary. Thank you. I try my best, chatter. Thank you for watching. I think if you... Honest question, haven't been following you for long enough. Why don't people talk about taking out Putin more? Isn't this his personal project? Wouldn't ending Putin bring the most peace? I mean, that's also a complicated equation because like Putin has calcified his power that in the after, like in a post-Putin universe, I don't know what happens to Russia. There's a lot of destabilization that would happen in the process. Are you beefing with Sam Cedar? No, I love Sam. What the f***? But also, the reason why people don't talk about assassinating Putin is, first of all, they do talk about assassinating Putin. That's not true. This is a common trope. I'm sure even Russians, like Russian dissidents, probably also fantasize about the day that he will inevitably die. But I know this from my own personal experience growing up in Turkey. This is a common trope. Ethan wants to debate. How will you get out of this one, coward? Wait, what? I'm down. What the f***? I'm super down. Hello? Putin is popular in Russia? Yes, there is. Putin is also popular in Russia, but he's, there's plenty of dissidents. It's like saying Erdogan is popular in Turkey. Oh, cool. Never mind then. Wait, what? He wants to talk right now? Is there any worry the potential the CIA would do false flag operations to keep the conflict going? I don't know. It seems like Donald Trump wants to pack it up and in a way that favors. React to Ethan's response, you coward. Watch Ethan's response to the content cop, you coward. Wait, what? Another person that suspiciously left or didn't say anything after October 7th and only came back recently to say, watch Ethan's response to the content cop, you coward. I've been saying I would entertain a conversation with him since the context puke. If he's down to do it right now, I'm down to do it right now. If he's actually down to do it right now, I'll do it. I don't think you should give him the time of day, but it'll be entertaining. Oh, 100%. Trust me, even though Putin is popular in Russia, there are a lot of people who quietly or not wish the thing to happen. Yeah, no, I know. I know that. You want to know why I know that? Because that's how it is in Turkey too. Erdogan has, throughout his career, experienced the 51 plus in his coalition. That means that there are a lot of people who are fans of him. And there are still a lot of people who are major fans of Erdogan. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have a decent amount of haters as well. No, it's a trap. He's got all of your ops on the line. Yeah, if he has Sam Cedar ready to debate you for him. Wait, what? That'd be awesome. I can't have the D-man bait and switch because I would get banned off Twitch if he did that, for the record. Like if he were to pull a Sam Cedar, oh my God, what a fucking nightmare with Destiny. One, I think that would make his remaining audience look at him differently, considering that he, put Pestiny up there. And secondly, I wouldn't be able to do that debate, at least as long as I'm live on Twitch, because I would get banned. Maybe you could do it with Box though. That'd be funny. Did he actually think that I would dodge this? Like, why does he think I would dodge this? Of course I would. It was pretty cowardly, to be fair. Wait, what? What was pretty cowardly? I've been saying, you said Ethan wants to debate. How will you get out of this one, coward? That's what I've been saying. I think his fan base is just like, they've lost their minds a little bit. Wasn't it your idea to have a debate instead of watching context puke? Yeah, exactly. Fan base is Delulu at the moment. Yeah, I'm so confused by this. This is a very confusing thing because, like, even on accident, you might have heard me saying, like, I'm down to talk anytime, any place, big dog. It's like when we watch Fox News and they're living in opposite world. Ethan just said you have talked about him for 320 hours before Ian's video, and he has only talked about you for an hour. Okay, I think you guys are baiting. There's 0% chance that sounds so insane. That is literally the most delusional thing. He said 20 hours in the past month, but yeah, it was cowardly not to watch a nuke. Chatter, you seem to be somewhat reasonable because you said, oh, cool, never mind then. Would you be shocked to find out if I were to tell you that every single thing that Ethan put in the context puke, I had addressed, I believe, like a month or so prior? Like every single thing in a YouTube video with sitting at like 500,000 or 600,000 views at this point on my YouTube channel. Would that actually shock you? Because you think I've never addressed any of these things, right? And I understand why you think that if you have not actually come in here in the past couple of months to see if there's any veracity to these claims at all. It was cowardly for you not to watch a nuke and just debunk him on the spot. Just stop deflecting. See, this is what I mean. Because I said I would even watch the context nuke with him. I don't know why Ethan's... So then it should be easy to react to it? Yeah, of course. It is super easy to react to it. If you think that I'm afraid of Ethan Klein's political prowess, you have to genuinely be delusional. At the time, it was right around the Trump inauguration, so I was a little bit busy with that stuff, obviously, with the collapse of America. But I said that I would be willing to entertain a debate, or even after he heard me say that, he turned around and added an additional qualifier that I had to watch the context nuke, to which I responded with, I'll watch it with you. Now, you might be wondering why I said that. Does that seem like something a cowardly person who is afraid of addressing the context puke would say? Or do you think there's a reason for why I would watch it with him? The reason for why I would watch it with him is because I don't think he's behaving in good faith. Also, the harassment campaign was a bad look for you and your whole crowd. What harassment campaign? Ethan Klein has been doing a harassment campaign for months before I even uttered his name on my broadcast. I used to be a fan of streamers and Fear and I just think Ethan made good points and was disappointed to see you not address it, but I have addressed it. I have addressed it even before the nuke came out. You must ask yourself how I was able to address the things that he brought forward in his YouTube video months before the YouTube video came out. I don't think I'm entertaining this as though you're not behaving in bad faith with the hopes that you will understand. But I think you're just very, very, very invested. H3 has only been reacting, not been going on the offensive. That's also not true. He absolutely, for months, tried to actively deplatform me and other pro-Palestinian content creators. That is not correct. Respond to what I have to say. How was I able to put forth a YouTube video months before the context nuke that addressed the entirety of the context nuke and the issues being brought up in the context nuke? How was I able to do that? Is it because I know how to see the future? Is that what you think happened? Or is it because the sourcing of the context nuke was coming from a particular community that had already brought forward these issues with out of context clips? How was I able to pre-watch it? Can't argue with people this parasocial. They don't care about politics or the truth. This is Xbox versus PlayStation to them. Yeah. Why were you platforming terrorists and portraying them positively? Once again, if you would like the answers to these questions, I've answered them a million times over on numerous videos, but especially the video that I'm talking about here. I'm going to pull it for you. I'm going to help you out. Does any chatter have it ready to go on my YouTube page? I can't remember where it was. Hold on. God damn, I post a lot of YouTube videos. Holy shit. I'll help you with this. Okay. These people don't care. They just want drama, man. Oh yeah, this is the one. No. Now this was on October 25th, 2024. October 25th, 2024. With 545,000 views. How was I able to address all of the grievances in the context puke? How was I able to do that before it ever came out? If you actually want to know what my position is on any number of different things, if you are genuinely, if you're an honest person of comedy, if you're an honest person who actually wants to know, okay, if you're an honest person who actually wants to know my answers to all of the issues that were brought up in the context puke, here it is. I'm going to spam it again and again and again. I will admit I do try to bring attention to the shit he's saying, but I'm more obsessed with truth and hate drama. Sure, I'll check out this video. Okay, there you go. What's the deal with the sword? I saw clips of you saying you don't even like Bleach, calling it the one yourself. Yes, I purchased it at the Anime Expo. It is a cool longsword. That's it. I read the manga, but that's, many, many years ago when I was reading Naruto as well. I never watched the Bleach anime, but none of that matters. Do you think that I actually, purchased this on purpose because I knew that what's cool about swastikas? It's not a swastika, you dingus. What are you talking about? It's not actually a swastika. This is such a stupid conversation. I'm not trying to be bad faith. I used to be a fan, so I feel like Ethan has been wrong the whole time. I'll go back to watching the pod. Brother, he's probably going over another slop vid that he put out smearing you, which is why all these guys are popping up. Move on. The only reason why I'm talking about it is because he said he wanted to debate me, which I thought he actually did. And I'm totally down to do that. I will show you this. Apparently, here, I'm going to show you one thing, okay? This chatter. You have to know people would think it's a swastika though. So why use that when jabbing at Ethan? What's cool about swastikas? Nothing is cool about swastikas. And people would think it's a swastika Dude, no, only a desperate person would try to fucking imply that myself and iDubbbz are actually crypto Nazis, and that's the reason why he chose that, and not because it was there, because I had done a fucking ad for Assassin's Creed a week prior, so the sword was laying around, and in the ad I fucking used the bleach sword, which if you actually cared about the truth, at all, you would recognize that it was literally on my fucking desk because I had previously used it while doing an Assassin's Creed ad. Do you think I was doing that? I was using the sword then because I was doing a crypto Nazi thing secretly as well at that point? Or because it was just a readily available sword? Here, I don't even know who this guy is, but he showed up on my timeline. Yeah, this was a post I saw on my timeline. Just wondering if this was a dog whistle too. Playing Assassin's Creed Shadows once more. Get it now for gaming. Hashtag ad. Buy it here. Oh, look at that. It's the same sword. Any of these people calling for a boycott of Bleach because of Nazi ties? Nah, they just all about you. Is getting you to play defense not the point of them saying this wild? No, that's what it is. But I mean, the stupidity is so ridiculous that it's like, it's not something that I thought was worth even addressing. It is literally the Bleach sword. That's it. The hilt of it is a manji. It's not a... It's not even a full-blown manji either. It's like a hilt. As a former deorbiter who dislikes E, lol. Oh, he's not said he wants to debate. He's literally dissecting the Bleach sword, claiming it's a right now. So yeah, I know. Yes, is Ichigo's sword. Anyway, I can't believe I've even took a sidestep here to address this. It's such a dumb claim. The argument works on Pepega Chatters because when Ethan says you never watched the anime, he's insinuating you saw and uncontrollably rushed to purchase it, and he never mentions you read the manga because it kills his whole insinuation. He also doesn't mention that I've used this before as a prop, including on a ad. Including on a ad. Huh? Like, why would I do that? Why would I do that if I was like secretly going, ooh, it's a that makes no sense. It's because the argument is idiotic. It's the argument of a desperate man. Okay? Anyway, watch the video and then come back to me. And I think if you are actually a good faith chatter, you will understand that a lot of this stuff is whole cloth made up by Ethan, and it's just you're entertaining the mania of a person who's falling apart in real time that virtually everyone else online can recognize and see, but your fandom is causing you to turn a blind eye to the unhealthy habits of a increasingly unwell dude. The very fact that all of the people that Ethan has at a certain point duked it out with, from Quarter Pounder to Keemstar to all these evil villains, like to actually bad people online, the very fact that all of those guys are now on his side should have at least caused you to go, you know, maybe we're not on the right side of this. But no. So if you can't see that, I don't think you'll be able to get yourself out of this weird stupor you found yourself in. Ethan Klein became the lolcow that he used to make fun of, and he did it on his own. I didn't even push him to become this person. I tried to urge him away from becoming this person. Dangerous levels of narcissism. Yes, I do have salt shakers on the desk. Chatters were lying, by the way. He said he didn't want to talk right now. He said he'll talk to Sam first, and then with you without conditions. He caved. Date hasn't been set. I assume he'd coordinated with you. Oh my God, I'm feeling like Xi Jinping right now. All right, let's continue. Let's continue with the actual story.
Hasan knew this before platforming him. Ian's refusal to defend Hila and Ethan because they're Israeli. The refusal to acknowledge Hila's culture and background and why she was in the IDF in the first place. I don't think he's interested in debating.
I think he's interested in crying about it. Like I said, I DM'd Dan. I'm being farmed, and so are chatters. He's saying you admitted to be an anti-Semite. I'm dying. Why did I join? Oh yeah, no, of course.
Ignoring bad empanada shooting
Hasan
Hila
refuses to do any actual activism, makes him remotely uncomfortable by even simply boycotting Coca-Cola. I have been boycotting Coca-Cola ever since it actually joined the BDS list. I haven't drank Coca-Cola or purchased Coca-Cola at all. Ian implying Ethan is greedy and money hungry. The anti-Semitism is all in his head. Hasan claiming Ethan is just pushing drama for clout and views. It's correct. That's not what I say either. He's not going to debate you is probably bait. Is this the reason why he did this? Am I getting baited by random shitters in the chat? Okay, chat lied again. He didn't say let's do it right now. He said when does he want to do it? He still thinks you will dodge after AB said you're down. I mean, I literally DM'd Dan. Okay, I DM'd Dan. I don't know why he keeps saying I'm afraid. I'm going to text Dan now, as a matter of fact. Is bait. Please go back to the news. Hold on. I texted Dan as well. I said, hey, I DM'd you on Discord, but I'm totally open to talking to Ethan.
Iraq. No, all the Iraqis, all the Jews were expelled from Iraq. Anyway, it doesn't really matter.
It does matter.
Implying Anissa's heritage has suffered more than the Jews. The implication that Ethan is controlling the narrative, mass manipulating his audience, and controlling his crew hostage. Not only the Jews rule the world.
Chatter, stop allowing your comments to be farmed and reflect badly on this community. I jumped in a sec, and he's saying you've done Holocaust denial. I have never done Holocaust denial. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He 100% wants a date at a later time because he needs to compile all the clips for his gotcha moments, and he needs to actually prepare. Even then, I'm still down to do it whenever he wants to do it. I guess, yeah. I guess he's just not really interested, which is disappointing. Him compiling clips doesn't make him less wrong, Lamau. Yeah, exactly. He can compile all the fucking clips. It's clips of me. The point of me talking to him directly to his face, whether over Discord or even in person, is that when he is clipping something out of context, I can correct the record in real time, and he can't manipulate that information, and his audience will have to see the truth. Because if you noticed, a lot of what's going on is just Ethan lying to his audience, and his audience not even being remotely interested in learning what the truth of the matter is. So that is the reason why I want to watch the context nuke. If he wants to do that, I'll watch it with him. Or that is the reason why I want to be in an environment where he can't control the narrative. He can't just like stop the flow of information, because every single time he has actually brought me up to his audience, he has basically lied. He's lied about the context of in person without the crew. No, the crew can be there. I don't give a shit. What? Oh no, Dan is gonna pull up information. Who cares?
Hasan, I'm ready to get on a call with you without any prerequisite. You don't have to watch the video. I think it's time we talk it out. And let me say, and let me add a caveat, or not a caveat, but a prediction. I think that Hasan, being the ever coward that he is and always constantly moving the goalposts, will find a way to
I've literally been, that's crazy. Bro, ignore him, please, for the love of Allah. Dude, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What the do you mean? Do you think I'm not a 33-year-old man who is equipped to talk about the issues I speak of? Why do you watch me if you think that I cannot deal with this conversation? This is exactly the same way that some of you dumb fucks were crying about me talking to Andrew Tate before I talked to Andrew Tate. Shut the fuck up. I know how to deal with this, okay? There is a reason why it got to this point. It's because I know exactly how to deal with this. He's constantly farming you, man. He doesn't want a serious conversation. That's what the chatter means. I know, but it doesn't matter, because I think no matter how oblivious and parasocial, Ethan's fans are, in a direct conversation between me and him, it's going to be very difficult for him to dance around certain points that he has made. It's going to be very difficult to actively manipulate the truth, to be like, what did you mean by this? Especially if he pulls a clip that's out of context, and I am ready to explain to him what the context is. Do you understand? So stop backseating. Ethan knows that. That's precisely why he has changed the goalposts over and over again. Because ultimately, the only alternative they have is this. You're a man, baby. You scream like a moron. Shut the fuck up, terrorist. There is no point. He knows he has nothing. He can't pause me mid-sentence if he's talking to me directly. And if he can't pause me mid-sentence and cut valuable context out of that conversation, he will not be able to have that conversation. Especially because so much of what he has presented so far to his dumbass audience, who actually do believe him somehow, which is shocking to me, is that I've been harassing him for a year. You know what I mean? Every single chatter that have been long-term community members, long-term subscribers, you look back at their chatting history and you notice that they stopped chatting before, but you certainly, until recently, they didn't chat, but they stopped chatting after October 7. This chatter is a great example. Okay? Moist Critical fan hasn't been in here for has been in here sporadically, 16-month subscriber, following since probably a long time ago, not March 15, 2025, but stopped following after October 7 and literally thinks I'm a fucking terrorist now. I think it's valuable for a person like this to understand what the truth of the matter is. Not just the truth of the matter on like Ethan constantly lying about how I've been harassing him or some shit, but instead the truth about Israel and the truth about what Israel has done, especially because a lot of these guys personally think that they are pro-Palestine. If they are pro-Palestine, I think that they're amenable to my position. They'll be understanding of it. Why are we even talking about him? Like, what do you think the best case scenario is here? Do you think he's going to do a 180 and start criticizing Israel publicly, or are you just hoping to get your buddy back? Like, this drama is so irrelevant? No, dude. It's irrelevant to you because you see it as drama. I don't see it as drama. I see it as a content creator that has like 30,000 people watching him, that is constantly spending every waking moment shitting on every pro-Palestinian voice out there. Are you stupid? Is this impossible for you to understand? Even if Ethan doesn't say, oh, my bad, this whole thing was a misunderstanding. I'm sorry that I actively tried to deplatform you while simultaneously calling you anti-Semite over and over again for the better part of this past year. It's not about him going, oh, my bad, I'm sorry, I've changed up my mind. It's about actually showing his fairly large community of potential allies the situation, the actual situation, okay? The guy who's doing canary mission style shit to an audience of progressives is someone that I have to deal with. I don't want to, but it's something that I have to do. How is this too difficult to understand? What makes you think he will give you any room to combat the misinfo? What do you mean? What is he going to do? Yell over me and go la 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 and like act like he's he can't hear me? I think a lot of people will understand what that looks like if he does that. Talk to Sam Hyde. What the Ethan Klein fan, account suspended or deactivated. What is this guy doing? What are Ethan's fans doing now? Guy who is so against anti-Semitism that he's like promoting a actual neo-Nazi who's a pedophile. Okay, that's cool. Oh, is that my article? Oh, hell yeah. Anyway, Dan and the other handlers are gonna relay the message, are not gonna relay the message, so you might need to call him directly. He's not gonna pick up that call. What are you, crazy? Anyway, just said Hasan is begging me to call. I have a life, bro. I have kids to take care of. Let's set it up though, but I want to talk to Sam Cedar first. Oh, so he's backing out. Like I couldn't even finish my tweet and he is backed out already. Stop moving the goalpost, Hasan. Yeah. He literally said, I said this 2 hours ago and he waited until 4 p.m. You know what you're doing? Wait, what? I said, he's ending his stream? I said even then that I was down to do it. Dude, there's no way his audience is this stupid, right? They have to know what's going on, right? They have to know what's happening. There is 0% chance. There is 0%
Be incredibly mad about that. But when Bad Empanada does it with Hila, Hasan defends it. That's insane. You nailed it on the head there, man. This guy's a smart dude. Smart guy, man. Angels on his body. He's
oh my
right.
God. He's
bro.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Angels be giving you lap dances, bro.
I said yes immediately. I don't chat much, but you are really getting baited here. There is zero good that will come out of this at this point. Out of sight, out of mind. Just the way you have addressed this mess so many times, I believe in you. I mean, he's never said that he would be directly willing to talk to me until this moment. So I think, this is a little bit different. I've been saying that I would debate him for 6 months.
I read that his chat was trying to give him bad info. I don't think he actually said anything wrong.
Denim react to
this guy's name is Stan.
Crazy shit. He's like, the dogs are shitting everywhere.
This is all this is just him addressing his personal grievances. Everyone's against him. Just schedule it and dog walk him. I'll talk anytime, any place, but I don't think he wants to smoke right now. That's what it is. If he's so convinced, if he is so firmly, if he stands by his principles, he should be able to talk to me right now. It's been what? It's been 4 months. 4 months. 4 months of me. I just call him. I can't directly call him, chatter. I have to call him through Dan. Rewind for 4 minutes.
Deportation, holds or has held illegal or improper material on his hard drive, regularly threatens to post the names and address of his online critics as a tactic to silence them, has sent death threats to Mr. Pavlov.
Is he that stupid that he didn't think I was?
I guess I'm asking, is he a trust? Is he just a fuck?
Is he actually so dumb that dumb that he thought that I wouldn't say yes immediately? It's right here.
So this is 1 day ago. So you see all the chat prompts sent calling her the raider of Ramallah. Well, here you go. Ela Klein is the raider of Ramallah, terrorist kidnapper.
Hassan conveniently wants to call in at the time the show ends. Hassan cleverly skipped over the bad empanadas court documents. To be fair, Hassan did say yes like a couple hours ago.
You know what? Yeah,
Hassan
that's
showed
tough.
the stream and
That's
muted
very,
immediately when he saw he watched Denim's
Wow.
clip.
You know,
No,
I
I don't
like
give a
this
fuck
guy.
about
He
the
did
Denim's
like-
clip. Why the fuck would I care about the Denim's clip? What is this? Hassan can vacate the premises. The crew and Ethan need to go home. They ain't on the call, dude. Wake up, Hassan. You're a coward, Hassan. Hassan wants to call right now, I think. Literally takes 1 minute of research to find out how effed up empanada is.
All right, now let's get Hassan on the line. Yeah, right. Obviously not.
Actually, okay.
What a coward, dumb bitch to challenge me now at 4 o'clock. What a loser. Bro, I mentioned you 2 hours ago.
2 long hours.
I was doing the news, bro.
Wake up, Ethan.
2 long hours? What do you mean by that?
Nothing.
I think...
Yeah, I'm in the chat.
It is
I think-
time to wrap it up, though.
I think so. So here's what I want to do, though, just to summarize. Sam said he's going to get back to me at the end of this week.
Okay.
After Thursday, he said, because he's busy with family stuff. By the way, he wrote me back. He was very nice.
That's awesome.
I reached out. I have his email from. I don't know if I explained this on the air. I don't think I did. I have his email from the crowd. I did?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Did I say he was very nice?
Yeah, you said he was nice.
Not 4 months ago,
Yeah,
3
I
months
said
ago.
on the show?
Sorry.
To you.
Huh.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was very nice. He got back to me. He says he'll write me back on Thursday. So we're going to talk to Sam. And then if Sam is not able to convert me into the correct way of thinking, then I will go up against the final boss, the most educated, the most prolific. I said yes 2 hours ago, Ethan. Bro, you're actually in my chat? Okay.
Oh!
All right. I didn't hear about it since Did he really? I didn't hear about it till right now. Why is everyone just in the chat suddenly saying he wants to debate? Just like right now. You know what I mean? Like, give me a break, bro. Anyway, it's not happening right now. It's late.
Oh,
okay?
it's not happening right now.
So I'm going to talk to Sam, and then I think early next week, if I don't, metamorphose from a caterpillar into a butterfly when speaking to approved Jew Sam Cedar, then we can talk to you on Monday or on Wednesday or on Friday of next week.
Crashing out in the
pick.
chat, Hassan.
The time. Don't pick the time is during our show, not 8 a.m. Just to be clear. Yeah, and not only that, I've got whatever. I don't need to just we're going
I
home.
replied to
okay?
Hassan in the chat. I said, we'll set it up. I got Oblivion to play. Like, I got to get out of here.
I got a family and a crew.
He didn't reply to me in the DMs. I don't know why. I made a YouTube video in February asking you to
Silly
debate me. As
Swazi
well,
boy.
I've said
Hey, Swazi boy, we
I
have shit to
talked
do.
to
Okay?
you
You're not.
numerous
All
times.
right. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Not sure why your
Today is Wednesday, which means
is
Thursday is for members.
diluted.
I got as much of the Warzone out of the way.
I made a YouTube
So
video in February
here's the
asking you to
deal.
debate me as well.
I'm definitely
I've
not
said I
doing
talked
this
to you
thing on
numerous
Friday
times, not
because we
sure
said
why
we're
your
having a
audience
fun
is
episode on
diluted.
Friday.
We're talking more.
No, it's because he wants to talk from his hug box. That's it. That's the difference. He wants to talk from his hug box with no contest whatsoever. He can't even stand when his own crew members try to gently put it down, try to gently move him in the appropriate direction. No pushback whatsoever. That's it. He's terrified.
With all that being said, guys, have a wonderful evening, and members will see you tomorrow. Everyone else, see you on Friday. That's it for me. Bye-bye.
His show ends at 4, lol. Yeah, I didn't ask at 4, chatters. I asked before 4. I asked as soon as he said he wanted to debate me. I heard you have 2 wieners. Is that true? It's true. It's because they're Epstein heads who've replaced the old audience that left. I refuse to believe that people in that community would go Hasanabi or Diddy Piker. He's going to debate you on your bleach knowledge. Be warned. He's been talking about how you claim not to be a fan. I'm an adult and I cannot believe I just typed that. No, I'm going to talk about Israel-Palestine. I'm not going to talk about bleach. A video from 2 hours ago from Hasanabi Archives. I'm ready to debate Ethan Klein. Oh, this is just from this stream. He got super chats 2 hours ago saying you wanted the call. He can't even be good faith when trying to put this thing together. Oh boy, it's going to be a disaster. It doesn't matter. He can be as bad faith as he wants to. And even with maximum bad faith, he still knows that he can't hide from the truth. He still knows that virtually everything he has said about me is completely fabricated, okay? Vicious smears of anti-Semitism, completely fabricated. And he also knows he can't have this conversation on the virtues of Israel-Palestine. He knows he can't have that conversation with me. He also, deep down inside, knows that I'm not anti-Semitic. He knows that very well. He is ashamed of what it will look like if we have a conversation, no matter how bad faith he tries to present the issues with. He can be as bad faith as he wants. He doesn't have to be charitable. I'm not just pearly things, okay? I don't need prep time. I don't need an entire crew to feed me information in real time while we're having this conversation. That's why I said I'm willing to talk. I'm willing to entertain it anytime, any place, even without seeing the context puke. How could I do that? How could I actually talk to Ethan if he has such a strong, convincing case? If he has such an airtight case, how would I not be able to have this conversation with him? Why is he the one who's ducking me and not the other way around? That's it. As an actual anti-Zionist Jew, it's always laughable to me when you get accused of anti-Semitism. This is the safest place against actual anti-Semitism, not anti-Zionism conflated on the entire internet. Exactly. His crew is trying to protect him from stressful things. AB admitted to knowing you wanted to talk when you initially said it. He's not going to debate him. Will Steven Crowder you? Who's he going to Steven Crowder me with? Yeah, here's from 2 hours ago. How will you get out of this one, coward? Wait, what? I'm down. What the f***? I'm super down. This is 2 hours and 49 minutes into the broadcast. So almost exactly 2 hours ago when I said, of course I'd be down to do it. There is no way out of this. He knows what the truth is. Okay. He knows what the truth is. He knows what's going on. He knows he wants to shelter himself from potentially the backlash that he might receive when his own audience goes, oh yeah, well, I feel kind of fucked up that you just lied to us. I feel kind of fucked up that you lied to us about this person for an entire year. You could coordinate with Sam Cedar so he puts you on the call when Ethan has him on full circle. I mean, I think that's stupid. A compilation of you not being anti-Semitic? What the f***? What is a compilation of me not being anti-Semitic is a crazy thing to say. It's just the stream. Literally half of his chat called you a coward for not debating. The other half said to stop because he just wants to move on and not debate you, Law. That's the other part that I don't understand. I've been saying for months that I'm down to debate him. So I don't know why his chat is like, oh, you're a coward. You don't want to debate him. I'm like, no, I do. And then they go, okay, well, you just called in too late. All the H3 fans that could have actually been persuaded have left in the ensuing 2 years. I love you, but this is naive. His audience is too far gone. Please don't go into this. The mentality that his audience will have a change of heart. It won't happen. They're garbage. I don't care. I'm calling that he's still not going to talk to you. He's going to talk to Sam and then make up some reason why he no longer needs to talk to you. Most likely. But it is mind-boggling. It's just like a basic truth. The idea that like I want to talk to Ethan is a basic truth. Have you seen the XQC tweet, dude? Yes, dude. Yes, I have. Why do you keep posting if I've seen the XQC tweet? Yeah, I did. He posted. Anyway, please put up a trap prediction about he dodges on Monday. I'll bet on my channel points he will dodge again. I think in his head, he feels that after speaking to Sam Cedar, Sam will see that you are anti-Semitic and he will get Sam to debate you once that is done. Okay. Yeah, Sam is a very nice person, but he's not stupid. He's incredibly knowledgeable on not only the basic facts of the matter, but he's also incredibly knowledgeable on Hasbara and the types of propaganda that people who are pro-Israel present. My suspicion is that the conversation that he has with Sam Cedar will be filled to the brim with concessions that he makes to Sam in an effort to make it seem as though he's like, oh, well, I said, West Bank settlers are actually targets, but they're calling my wife a baby killer, things of that nature. It's like, oh, well, we're actually pro-Palestine, but every single person is attacking us unjustifiably. And Sam doesn't know the details of all of the things that Ethan has said and done. So it's just going to be a face-saving operation. Yeah. The reason why I initially said he should talk to Sam is because, he claims to agree with everything that Sam Cedar says. And if that's the case, why isn't Sam Cedar constantly talking about the anti-Semitism coming from the pro-Palestinian accounts? Why is Sam Cedar actually friends with the arch anti-Semite? Why have we had multiple conversations? He's just constantly trying to run away from the truth, but he's got the content demon. He's got the content demon in his brain, so he just knows that this will actually gain attention for him, so he can't help himself. And I think that's what it is. This shit is so high school. I'd be surprised if you idiots weren't collabing at this point. Yes, dude, the dumbest guy on the planet looks at the situation of, the Anti-Defamation League actively trying to take down and deplatform a pro-Palestinian voice, including but not limited to getting a Democratic Party congressperson to demand my deplatforming using the congressional letterhead 5 days before a general election, and says this is just high school drama. At a certain point, you have to realize you're trying to minimize it because on Ethan's side, it does come across like high school drama because he doesn't care about the politics of it all. It's just content and drama for him and his dumb audience. It's not drama. We're talking about people's livelihoods being actively ruined by a pro-Israel mouthpiece who has used his platform to constantly go after anyone and everyone, making a fool of himself in the process. What do you mean? It's just high school drama, Lamau? Yeah, if you're stupid and watching from afar, yeah, it looks like high school drama. If you're watching it from Ethan's side, it looks like high school drama. Do you think Ethan will have a redemption arc? At this stage, this is a stupid question to ask. He will never have a redemption arc until he apologizes for all of the things that he has done in the past year and try to make up for it. And even then, plenty of people are not going to be on his side. And he is not the bigger man in this process. He's not going to be humble enough and demonstrate the humility necessary to say, yeah, this past year of active deplatforming initiatives that I engaged in against all pro-Palestinian content creators, demanding that they get fired over and over again, all of that was wrong. And if he were to say all of that was wrong and turn around and try to offer restitution, even then there's going to be plenty of people who say, fuck you. There's plenty of people who are going to be vicious to him. You know, the CC vid was even an intervention at the end. People still complimented him and wished him well. It doesn't matter. He's lost in the sauce. All right, let's get back to the news. Full charitable long-term fan of yours. It's just frustrating that this dude takes away attention from like news that's really important, and it's annoying. It's a daily occurrence, but I get why it's covered. I think he's trying to set it up to pretend like he gets it now. He needs to save his pod, but doesn't want to admit being a bad person. Hasan, you're ignoring the insane Destiny fans that are fueling this loser, and Dan are fueling Ethan's mania, and Ethan's having a full mental break fueled by Destiny fans. It's sad, but it is what it is. I know, but it doesn't matter because to the outsiders that are just signing in, they see their favorite content creator being victimized by vicious anti-Semites online. And that is completely untrue. It's also causing dumb fucks that you need to have on your side if you actually want to build a coalition to literally go, I don't really care about any of this stuff. I think everyone's been mean to my favorite content creator. So, you know, the pro-Palestinian cause is actually silly. Like, it's ridiculous. And I know it sounds stupid. And you might say to yourself, well, fuck those people. And I understand why your immediate reaction is fuck those people, because fuck those people. But you need those people. You need everyone. You need as many people as you can. You need as many people to fight alongside you at a time when the American government is literally blackbagging people for the crime of saying mean things about Israel. Okay? You need people on the streets. So I'm not going to cast aside fans that are too stupid to understand the truth. I was an H3 watcher before I watched your stream. The pro-Palestinian crowd has left the H3 viewership long ago. We are not there anymore.